What's
a
up?
giant bug.
I mean, I bug a lot, but you know. Anyways. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you did? Well, hey, God bless you guys, and welcome to God's Word Speaks. Yeah, so we've been on a hiatus.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
been-
it's been
It's
been a crazy
right.
couple months. Like, have you ever been on a roller coaster and you just going up, you're going up, you're going up, you're going up, and before you know it, you come right down.
That's what a roller coaster does. Yes.
Well, anyway, so today we have a different theme. It's we want to talk to the youth,
Whoa.
the youngsters today,
Young bees.
the young guns.
There's a bug.
You know, we want to talk to those young people today. So all you young people out there, I hope you're listening. You know, God bless you. We bless your lives. You know, if you're watching this, for any reason you're watching this, you know, we thank you for watching. But, you know, today we want to speak to you because I feel like today's youth need it more than anything. You know?
Yeah. And I agree with you. I don't know. It feels like as the years goes by, you know, when you come into the I guess like how you would say the ministry or come into church, you find a new change, right? But as youth, that's hard because adults see you as the upcoming generation. The adults will see you as somebody that will take control in the future, and they'll try to put you up there and try to put you to work. And for youth, that's kind of hard. And let's just say that as that happens, I feel like the youth just start to step back. You know, it's not an easy thing to be a youth and at church where you have so many responsibilities, where there's youth leaders, where as for us, we were in a way youth leaders where we can't do something bad, where it feels like we have to be a certain person. We can't do anything outside of that will look bad for people, where we have to be saints in a way. We have to be holy.
You know, with that, I know there's youth out there that have high expectations, that are looked upon by your church. You're viewed as a leader, as somebody that has, you know, a higher authority as a youth. You know, because I don't know about you guys, but me personally, you know, I've been put in a position where the expectations for me are so much higher than, you know, I feel even what God is expecting out of me right now, you know. Sometimes I feel pressured. I feel like there's so much on me, you know, because I gotta try to fill these shoes. But, you know, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to walk with God, you know. We're the future of tomorrow. We're gonna take over those churches at some point or another as youth. Those are gonna be our houses. We're gonna be the next group of leaders. But, you know, all this pressure, if you feel like you're being pressured, if you feel like you're being pushed towards God, if you feel like, you know, you're like, well, I'm too young, I'm young, why are they pushing this on me, this or that? I'm letting you know that if God is allowing it, it's for a reason. There's something big for you, and God is trying to start early. He's trying to have you impact at a young age. You know, there's so many youth out there that don't want anything to do with God, that don't want to worship, don't want to praise, don't want to know who God is. And then there's youth who know who God is, know what God is like, know how to follow and praise God. But, you know, we all go through storms. We all go through deserts. And, you know, as youth, I feel like the youth are hit the hardest. Because you got the high expectations and you got the pressure of tomorrow. But then you're also trying to live in the moment because you're not trying to miss anything out. You know, like you're senior year of high school, you know, you're trying to enjoy before you have to prepare to finally begin life. I'm sure you feel pressured at times, not just, you know, out of school, work, etc., stuff like that, but in the church. Maybe you feel like there's too much pressure on me. There's too much on me. I'm being pushed too much. But you know, if God's allowing it, it's for a reason. You know, I consider myself blessed. You know, I've been walking with God firmly for only about 3 years. And you know, I can say it's the greatest 3 years of my life. Now, I have never chosen a leadership role. I have never asked to be a leader. I have never asked for anything, but God has put it before me. And you know, there's been times where I've wanted to throw it all away. Where there was so much pressure put on me that I just wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I didn't want it. I didn't want any of it. I thought, well, you know, I'm young. Why are they putting so much on me? I'm still young. Why? But you know, you can't ask God why. You know, when I think back on it, is some of us have to mature at an early age. And in this walk with Christ, we can't wait till we get older to start preaching about the Word of God. We have to do it now because tomorrow's not promised. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. This generation of worshipers, this generation of praisers, or even this generation of people who don't know about Christ yet, I'm letting you know that if you don't know who Christ is, God is looking for you. He's looking for you to stand out, for you to be different, you know?
Yeah, and as a youth, we're gonna go through trials in our lives, right? We talked about this in previous videos, but it's true. I mean, I've seen youth come and go, and it hurts your heart. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen friends that have come into the church and have left, and it hurt me because I mean they were my friends. They still are. It's just you don't see them at church anymore, and you see them drinking and all these other things. And it's not that I'm judging them. It's just what I see, because I'm no one to judge. No one here is to judge anybody. God is the only one that's gonna be looking at that. And for us as youth, there's so much temptation, so many things that want to come and put you down. So many temptations. Nowadays, there's so much alcohol, so much drugs, now even sexual temptations. Us as youth, that comes forward so much, and it drags us down to the point where we're depressed, where we feel alone. But that's when God will speak to you and say, you're not alone. You're not alone. As youth, we tend to think that a lot. We tend to say that a lot. I feel alone. There's nobody here for me. But there is. And it says in the Bible, and a lot of times, that He says He's always with you. He's always going to be with you, no matter what. Even if you've done something wrong, He's still with you. But what He is expecting is you to speak to Him. Because is it easy to be a youth? Is it easy to be a youth inside a church? No, it's not. Ask me. I'm in worship. I'm in a worship team, and my youth pastors, they were talking to me that people put an eye on you. People put eyes on you. Even if I'm a youth, even if I'm a kid, no matter what, people are gonna put an eye on you and judge you. They're gonna judge you where you don't even know that you're being judged, and sometimes you're gonna know that you're being judged. And it hurts so bad to even hear those words, that your own people of your own congregation is doing that. But all you can do is bless them, and it hurts, and it to the point where you don't want it to make a scar in your heart. But that is the point where we have to give it to God and say, God, I give this person to you. I ask you to bless them. And how you might ask, how can I ask this for this person to be blessed if they're doing this? Because God is love, not hate. He's never hated somebody. He never said they're doing this, so I'm gonna hate them. No, He loves every single person, no matter what they did. He loves every single person. Because for me, I know He loves me, even though the things that I've done in my past, the things that I regret doing it. I regret even letting it happen, but I did. I let it go. I let it just do that. And it almost destroyed my life. I didn't want, almost to the point where I didn't want anything with God. I didn't want to be anywhere near people. And in these recent events where we haven't even posted, I didn't want to speak about him. I didn't want to do things about that. But every time I speak, I want it to be God. And that's what I ask him every single time. God, let it be you to speak through me. Because I don't want it to be me speaking. Because I don't want to give you guys anything that is bad. I don't want to give you any false hopes. I don't want to give you anything that will hurt you. I want something that will help you. Like, I have given my friends advice. Every time I give them advice, I ask that they listen. I ask that they listen, and hopefully they take it to heart. And sometimes they don't. It makes me sad, but I can't do anything about it. It is a choice. To that point, it is your choice on how you're gonna let that path go. Are you gonna take a right? Are you gonna take a left? Which one is it? Are you gonna take the right side? Or are you gonna take the wrong side? There are two sides to a situation, to a choice. A lot of times we don't do the right one, and sometimes we don't know which one is the right one. But if you feel it in your heart, if you feel it that God is telling you that this is the right choice, then go for it. Go for it. People in our lives are going to judge us. They're going to judge us to the point where we don't want to go to church anymore. They're going to judge us where everything we do is wrong. Like I said, like, they're going to judge us about to the point where everything we do is wrong. And it's not, I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but it's things that have happened to me and the things that I have seen. And I've seen people get hurt from churches and from religion in general. And that's why, for me, I just like a relationship with Christ, right? I just want a relationship with Christ, because when you have a relationship with him, it's something strong. It's something beautiful, and it's something amazing that just, you want to smile all the time. For me, everybody notices when I'm happy. Every time I'm happy, everybody notices. And the one time that something in my life goes wrong and I get sad, everybody can see it. Do I want them to? No. But I can't keep a straight face all the time where I have no emotion. For me, I've always been happy. I've always had a smile on my face. I've always had laughter. In the times that I'm angry or sad, that people see it, but it's not like I can hide it. I can't hide it, and people get to see that. But it also shows the human side of me that ain't perfect. It shows that I'm not gonna be that holy child that everybody wants me to be, because sometimes I make mistakes. I'm not gonna lie, we all make mistakes. I know every single person on this earth is not perfect. Do we try? Do we attempt it? Yeah, we attempt it, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop fighting for everything that we've done. I'm honored to be in worship. I am honored to be able to speak about God. I am honored to be on this earth. I am honored to be to wake up from my bed. There are people that don't wake up now. There are people that go to sleep, and the next morning they're gone. They're not in this world anymore. And some people forget to say I love you. Some people forget to say goodbye. I feel like it's gonna be a hard situation.
You know, as youth and as youth who follow Christ, it's not easy. You know, like he says, he's a worship leader. I'm in those same shoes. I was there. I was a worship leader. You know, I was just where he's at. But you know, God has other things for us. You know, I now preach at my church. I used to think my expectations were high. The expectations that were handed to me were high. Well, those expectations have only gotten higher. You know, and like you said, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I fail. I fall. You know, I get sad. I go through things. I have problems. You know, I have things that go on in my life that affect me, that hurt me. But you know, I understand one thing in everything. You know, I preached on Wednesday, and one thing I talked about was, if you read any story in the Bible, any of those great women and great men that are in the Bible, they didn't have an easy path to heaven. What did David go through? What did Job go through? What did Abraham go through? You know, if you want to talk about the younger generations, the youth, what did Timothy go through? You know, they didn't get to where they got just because they said, I'm following God and that's it. I'm down the right path and this is it. They got through where they got because they never gave up. You know, I'd rather be going through my battles right now that I'm at a young age, because I don't just have, I have physical strength, but I have a mentality that is going to make me push myself forward. Because I know there's times when we all want to give up. And I know there's times where we just want to say no more. But what I'm trying to say right now, and the one thing I'm going to ask, is for you to not be who society has called you to be, but be who God has called you to be. Because you know, God has a plan. God has a purpose for your life. And He's going to fulfill it. If God has chosen you for a specific reason, that plan is going to be fulfilled in your life. You just have to decide whether you want it to be fulfilled God's way, or first you're going to stumble and fall and give yourself even more deserts.
God's way or my way? That's what I was hearing. It's either you're going to choose your own way
Or God's way.
or God's way.
Either way, you're going to learn. But you can either take on your deserts, take on your storms, and say, you know what, come at me. You're not going to stop me. Because you know what? I'm not the one that's facing them. You're facing my God. Because your storms, the storms you go through, those storms aren't tearing you down. Those storms are only building you. Those storms are only making you stronger. Because you know who's fighting those storms, who's fighting those battles? It's not us. We need to quit thinking it's us, it's Him. None of it is us.
I remember this past Wednesday I also had was talking about it and was preaching, you know. And I remember saying that God puts us through these trials, right, to teach us something out of it. He will put you through a trial to even show you what love is. He will put you through a trial to show you what faith is, or to even make your faith stronger. He will put you through a trial to know how it is to be a leader. He'll put you through a trial to just become a friend to somebody. These trials are made to teach you something, not to put you down. He's testing you for a reason, because He knows that you're strong. He knows that you have a strong heart for Him. But are you willing to go through these things, to fight, to be able to speak, to be able to not throw that towel and keep it tight, and to be able to give it all to God, to be able to speak to Him no matter the situation that we're going through in our life? These trials are to show us something. So when it comes again, we can go automatically, remember that trial that we went through, and won't have to go through it again. Maybe you will in the future have to go through it again. Maybe to make things stronger. To show you maybe something else in that area. There could be two things in that same trial. You will never know. God has His reasonings for things. Do we know why? No, but God works in mysterious ways.
Yes, He does. Now, one last thing I'm going to say is, you know, for those listening, if you're a youth who has been called to the ministry, who has been called to do something for God, and you feel like maybe you've taken a step back, maybe you've slipped up a little bit, all I'm going to tell you is that you need to get up. You need to stand up, and you need to take the position that God has given you. Not the one that man has given you, because that one don't matter. But what God has given you in your heart. There's purpose. There's a reason why you've been called at a young age. Don't waste what God has given you. Don't take anything for granted. You know, if God tells you preach, you preach. If God tells you move in faith, you move in faith. You do what God asks of you. You don't question him, you just do. Because he's got plans, he's got purposes, but you gotta let him. It's not easy, and it's not gonna be easy, but you're not alone. Build up your youth. Grow with your youth. Help your youth. And if you feel like you don't have enough youth, go out and find some more youth. You know, start making disciples of the nations. That's all I got.
He's right, guys. It's as we get put to do things, we should do it in a different manner, not what man tells us, but how God leads you. How God uses your soul, your heart. You follow that. You don't have enough youth? Go out. Is it easy? No. It's not easy. Youth will contradict you and say, no, God hasn't been there for me and stuff like that. Don't push a religion on them. Don't push God on them. Push that love that God has. Don't make it where you're pushing them to go to church. Soothe it. Let it be a seed that is put in, and let God work. But don't let that seed alone. Because a flower doesn't grow without nobody there. You gotta water it. You gotta nurture it. You gotta take care of it. There's gonna be things that want to take it down. There's gonna be storms. There's gonna be rocks. There's gonna be bugs that want to take down that flower. But as for a person, as a shepherd or something, we have to take care of them. We take care of that flower until it's grown and it's strong. And it's strong enough to take care of itself. But you don't just leave it still. You still take care of it. Here and there, you come back to them and take care of it. Don't just leave it. This is our time, guys. The times are changing. They're changing fast. For me, I feel like I was 12 like a month ago. It's exaggeration, but I felt like I was young a month ago, and now I'm graduating. I can't even believe it yet. I'm graduating. I'm literally 18 now. My life is so much to come towards me. Am I stressed? A little bit. But I know who's with me. I know that God is with me, and I know that I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to put it in his hands, and I know that he's going to have great things for that.
He's got something for all of you, and each and every single one of us. You know, we just ask one thing. You know, we put these videos out. We're not looking for glory for us. We want people to know about God. But we are going to ask you to share the video with people you know. Share the people with you. You know, you may have a friend or somebody that needs to hear this. You know, if it's in your heart, we just ask you to share it.
Don't be afraid.
But don't share it for us. Share it for God.
Don't be afraid to share it. If they tell you something and you knew that God put it in your heart to send it to them, don't be afraid, because you're just listening. And from there, God will do his work.
Yes, he will. So, you know, we just want to say, God bless you, and keep striving forward. And, you know,
Till next time.
Hopefully
Hopefully it's not another month.
Hopefully sooner.
See you guys.
Bye.